Hi, it's Janice with Needles and Fashion. I'm going to show you a really quick tutorial on how to create the Mermaid front pleat skirt that I created and is featured on my blog, www.needlesandfashion.blogspot.com. So the first thing I did was cut a back piece out of my Mermaid template, which you can also find on my YouTube channel. It's called a DIY Mermaid template, Mermaid skirt template. And what I did here is I cut up my back piece already, so I'm now working on the front piece. And what I did was, at my hip line, I went ahead and draw a 12-inch line from my hip line all the way up to 12 inches and made a mark. It's a little bit offline here because my fabric is off the table a little bit, but it starts right there. And from there, I went ahead and made a 11-inch, as you can see here, line across. You can do 12 if you like. I just did what was available on my table space. And I made a diagonal line here all the way down to where my hip line is. As you see, it's diagonal to my hip line here. And made a bit of a angle from here down to the end of my garment. Now, if you can tell, there's a straight line going here from the end of my Mermaid template to the end of my fabric. It's exactly 24 inches, which is 2 feet. So if you like, you can draw 24 inches from the end of your Mermaid template to the end, and then draw a diagonal line from there to your hip line, and that'll give you exactly the line that I'm creating here. The next thing I'm going to do is cut this out, and then I'm going to sew the seams on the sides, which will be here, here, the side here, and all the way down to the end of my diagonal line, and that's it. And then I'm also going to sew the side seams on the center back of my back piece, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So as you can see, I put my front and back pieces together. You can see where we have the lip in the front, which will be the fold for the front pleat. And the only thing I need to do now is go ahead and give my garment a good steaming and a good ironing, and go ahead and fold down my waist by 2 inches, do the waistband, insert elastic, and then we're all done. So I'll be back and show you what the outcome is. So now I have my 2-inch waistband sewn, and I'm about to insert my 1.5 inch elastic, and I will be back. So I have my waistline attached, and what I'm going to do now is try on my skirt and measure where I need to make my flap insertion. So I'll be back with the custom sizing of my sash, and we'll be done. Okay, so for the last part is you got your waistband on. You're going to try your skirt on, make sure everything is down where it needs to be. And you're going to take your pleat from the middle, and you're going to make sure your center front is in the middle of your body here, aligns with your belly button. You're going to spread your pleat out and make sure that the center front is aligned, both the front and the back. And you're going to determine exactly where you want your fold. So for me, and I know I'll be wearing this with like a flip-flop, I didn't make it too long, but I went ahead and I think that somewhere around here is where I would want my pleat to fall. So I just take this and I fold it inside, and I just check. You can go in the mirror and do this again if you like, and I prefer you doing it in the mirror because it actually shows you, make sure that your both sides are even. So once I do this, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 needles. I'm going to take these, and I'm going to mark where I have my fabric at. And I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and I'm going to seam this line here. Once you do that, you're pretty much done. You can wear your skirt as is. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll be back pretty soon to give you more.